The rain fell like shards of glass against the flight hangar that night, the wind howling through the steel beams as though the world itself was mourning. Inside, the elite Navy SEAL unit, Team 6, waited in tense silence. They'd been ordered to attend a closed briefing. Mandatory attendance, classified clearance. No one knew why. The men, hardened veterans of 100 missions, exchanged skeptical glances. They'd seen it all. Generals, admirals, even politicians pretending to understand the price of war. But tonight something felt different. When the door opened, everyone expected to see another officer in dress blues, maybe a high-ranking strategist. Instead, a small figure stepped through the rain and into the light. A woman wearing a soaked combat jacket, the brim of her cap pulled low, eyes hidden beneath shadow. She didn't look like someone meant to brief them, too young, too quiet, too plain. No medals gleamed on her chest, no stripes adorned her sleeves. Just a simple patch on her shoulder, one they didn't recognize. The air thickened with unspoken judgment. None of them knew her name. She walked straight to the front of the room, boots echoing against the concrete. No introduction, no salute demanded. She simply opened a weathered black case, the kind that usually carried intel or death orders. The screen flickered to life, displaying a grainy satellite image of a compound deep in hostile territory. Her voice, when she finally spoke, was low, steady, professional. But beneath it, there was something else. Something that caught even the most cynical of them off guard. For the next 5 minutes, she briefed them on a mission so dangerous, so surgically precise, it seemed almost suicidal. Every SEAL in the room had that instinctive reaction. This wasn't standard ops. There were no support units, no extraction fallback. It was a straight line into chaos. Someone muttered under their breath that this must be a mistake. She didn't flinch. She simply pointed to the image again and said, "This target has cost us more lives than you'll ever read about. I don't expect you to trust me. I just expect you to finish what others couldn't." There was silence after that, the kind that presses against your ribs. She turned to leave, but as she reached the door, one of the senior operators, Commander Hayes, spoke up. "And who exactly are you supposed to be?" She paused but didn't look back. Someone who was there when the first team didn't make it home. And with that, she walked out into the rain. No one said another word. The silence that followed wasn't arrogance anymore. It was curiosity, maybe even guilt. Over the next days, they trained under her direction. She was meticulous, relentless, but never cruel. She ran them through new infiltration routes, silent takedown patterns, unfamiliar weapon configurations. It was clear she'd been trained by someone. No, somewhere, far beyond the usual chain of command. She anticipated every tactical question before it was asked, every concern before it was spoken. Slowly, the team's quiet skepticism began to shift into something else, respect. Yet she remained distant. She ate alone, slept little, never shared personal stories. The only clue to who she was lay in a scar running from her left temple down to her neck, a long, pale line that seemed to tell 1,000 untold memories. Once, Hayes saw her standing outside the hangar at dawn, staring toward the horizon. He noticed she wore a small chain under her uniform, and for a fleeting moment he caught the edge of a name engraved on it. He couldn't read it completely, but whatever it was, it mattered. The night before deployment, the team received new classified files. This time, the clearance level shocked even the commander. The mission name, Operation Silent Star. The target, a known terror architect who had orchestrated multiple attacks, including one against a covert SEAL detachment 5 years ago. That unit's entire team had been declared KIA. Their leader, a female intelligence officer, had disappeared without a trace. It clicked then. Every SEAL in the room felt the same cold realization. She hadn't been assigned to this mission. She'd requested it. They went in under moonlight, black ops, silent, unseen. She moved like smoke among them, her commands sharp and flawless, no hesitation. When ambush fire erupted near the second compound, she took point without a second thought, returning fire with the calm precision of someone who'd lived through worse. The men followed her lead instinctively. Every maneuver, every decision was pure instinctual brilliance. She didn't just fight, she guided. By dawn, the target was neutralized. The team exfiltrated with minimal casualties. She'd taken a bullet through the shoulder during the last extraction but hadn't said a word. Only when they were safely aboard the evac chopper did her hand finally go limp, blood soaking her sleeve. She passed out with a faint, tired smile. Back at base, the debrief was quiet. No applause, no fanfare. The team gathered in the common room, waiting for the medics to finish. Then Commander Hayes walked in with a classified folder. He didn't speak at first, he just placed it on the table. The file's cover read, Captain Elena Ward, former intelligence liaison, Task Force Omega. It was her. The officer who had vanished 5 years ago, the one whose entire unit had died in the ambush that this mission had avenged. She'd been declared dead until now. She'd lived in the shadows, carrying the ghosts of her fallen comrades, waiting for the one chance to set things right. When she finally walked into the room later that evening, her arm in a sling, no one said a word. She didn't expect them to, but one by one the SEALs stood. No order was given, no word was spoken. They simply rose to attention, not for her rank, not for her record, but for her resolve, for the kind of courage that doesn't wear medals, and the kind of grief that turns pain into purpose. In that silent salute, every man in that room acknowledged what they hadn't before, that true strength sometimes comes wrapped in quiet scars and forgotten names. From that day forward, they didn't just know her name. They carried it with them. If this story touched your heart, please take a moment to like this video and share it, not for numbers, but to honor the unseen heroes who fight their battles in silence. Special request. Comment below what part of this story moved you the most. Your words might reach someone who needs courage today. Because some names don't need to be shouted to be remembered. They're written in the hearts of those who stood to attention when the world finally saw them.